If you're like most people, you probably think of anxiety and depression as mental health conditions. And while it's true that these disorders can have a profound impact on your thoughts and emotions, they can also take a toll on your physical health. In fact, there are a number of physical symptoms of anxiety and depression that you might not even be aware of. So, if you're struggling with either of these conditions, it's essential to be mindful of the potential physical effects. We will talk about the 5 symptoms to watch out for. Welcome to W&H Secret here on YouTube, where we will give you all the wellness and health tips you need and more. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon to get the latest wellness and health tips. What is anxiety? Anxiety is a normal human reaction, and you might have experienced nervousness and being afraid of any future event and have been worried about it. Whether it is a difficult university exam, a stage performance, a job interview, or taking the next step with your romantic partner, being anxious is a human emotion. However, being in a constant state of anxiety could lead to a negative effect on your lifestyle, with anxiety looming a shadow on your day-to-day activity and hampering your decision-making. Anxiety will affect you physically too, and will be noticed. Remember the time when your palms got sweaty before giving a speech in front of your class in primary school, or increased heart beating before going to the stage for a theatrical performance? If you have heard of the term having butterflies in your stomach, it is anxiety where you feel like you want to throw up and you lose your appetite until the event is over. You must have been aware of these symptoms and often equate them to fear. But if you start getting ill and having other complications, this might be the wake-up call to get yourself checked for anxiety. Anxiety is a silent pandemic around the globe, with people of different ages getting diagnosed with it. Whether you are a high school student or a 40-year-old worker, anxiety is tightening its chain around us. Chronic anxiety can lead to other complications, and it is best to identify the signs that something is not right. Now, let's talk about the physical symptoms of anxiety. First up, let us discuss headaches and their link to anxiety. In a recent study, it has been proved that depression and anxiety could increase the chances of headaches. No wonder your head throbs when you are getting anxious about a medical report, which could result in something grave. A headache may include mild to intense pain in your head or getting your muscles tensed. Secondly, anxiety could keep you up at night or make you feel drowsier than usual. With chronic anxiety, a sense of dread looms in our minds about any unfavorable outcome in the near future, and this might adversely impact your sleep schedule. You might be waking up at random hours during your sleep and, as a result, might never feel fresh during the daytime due to your lack of a sound sleep. Insomnia is a disorder that makes it difficult to have proper sleep. While on the other hand, you could also show the symptom of being constantly drowsy over something you are getting anxious about, like a pending assignment. Thirdly, let us talk about the connection between anxiety and having stomach troubles. There is a direct connection between anxiety and stomach troubles, with the stress affecting the bacteria in your stomach and causing discomfort. If you are suffering from anxiety, the chances of feeling nauseous and your belly not being able to function properly increases. Also, anxiety forces people to indulge in unhealthy eating habits to get that dopamine rush, which causes further stomach issues. Fourth, let's look at anxiety leading to a feeling of weakness and impacting daily activities. Have you ever felt that someone has sucked your energy and enthusiasm when you have this constant feeling of something going wrong? Anxiety works in weird ways, and if you think that your productivity has fallen off a cliff since you are constantly tired, that is anxiety for you. Fifth, let's talk about how anxiety could lead to your heart beating faster, and which could ultimately lead to complications. Increased heart rate is your body being afraid of something, like your fight or flight response is kicked up. But being in this perpetual state could have an adverse impact in the form of cardiovascular diseases. Cardiovascular diseases will include strokes, heart attacks, and heart failure. Lastly, we'll mention the other physical symptoms of anxiety, like sweating when you are afraid, losing your breath, mild to moderate pain in different body parts, and body trembling. Also, different types of anxiety might display other symptoms. What is a panic attack? Anxiety is a normal human reaction to anything. It is human to be anxious and to have those uncomfortable feelings. However, being in a chronic state of anxiety could slowly lead to adverse health conditions. Modern times have made chronic anxiety common. A teenager is a lot more anxious than someone from half a century back. The fear of a career and financial distress has led to people constantly being on edge. This chronic condition could lead to panic attacks where the body feels severe disruptions. It often comes abruptly and sometimes even in sleep. Some people have explained that a panic attack might actually feel closer to a cardiac arrest. If you experience a panic attack, you might witness the feeling that death is near, shortness of breath as if someone is choking you, different parts of the body feel numb, pain and tightness around the chest area, feeling dizziness, and a state might come that you might faint, experiencing fever or chills without contracting a flu. Anxiety attacks differ from panic attacks on a few fronts. Anxiety attacks have a low to moderate intensity on a person. In contrast, panic attacks are always severe and could feel life-threatening. Panic attacks are usually abrupt and they can come out of nowhere. In contrast, anxiety attacks have a certain build-up to them. A panic attack occurs when your brain wrongly believes you are under assault from something external and releases adrenaline, fight or flight. Still, your brain doesn't know what to do with the adrenaline because you aren't indeed under attack. It's out there already and it'll take care of itself. When it comes to dread, people who are suffering a panic attack may become locked in a cycle. A panic attack usually lasts 20 to 30 minutes but might extend up to an hour. However, it is possible to become trapped in a self-reinforcing cycle for an extended period. There's also a chance you'll wind up in a hospital. The onset of a panic attack is comparable to that of a storm, and the aftermath is also similar, because all of that activity has fatigued your body and mind. In an ideal world, you would pass out during an attack and wake up feeling better, but this is extremely unlikely. When it comes to how panic attacks are started, it might be something specific that you've been nervous about for a long time, building up to anxiety, a reaction to something specific, or apparently completely different. 5 physical symptoms of depression. Ever felt like not having the energy and the zeal to do your favorite work? Have you lost interest in watching films that were once your passion? It could be the signs of depression. Depression can have a devastating impact on the mental and physical well-being of a person, and it can impact the loved ones around you. Depression is still being researched, and medical science has found that it has far-reaching consequences, and it is not just a state of being sad. Depression can impact your daily life with your grades dropping, losing your love for your hobbies, and making unhealthy choices like impulse buying and eating junk food despite being aware that you shouldn't do it. Research has also shown that being in a state of depression could lead to serious physical ailments. Now we will discuss 5 physical symptoms of depression. Appetite alterations. Firstly, we will discuss how being depressed affects your eating habits. Depression can go both ways. Depression could lead to you losing the urge to eat, and as a result, the weight can quickly drop while you don't even want to eat a slice of bread since your mind tricks you into thinking that you don't need it. It leads to other dietary issues like anorexia and bulimia. On the other hand, your weight may shoot up drastically if you make food your escape from the pain you are suffering. It can lead to obesity and might bring heart problems. High blood pressure. Now let's talk about the contribution of depression to high blood pressure or hypertension. If you are dealing with chronic depression, the chances of you having high blood pressure increases drastically. High blood pressure can keep you on edge and also impact your blood vessels. This can ultimately lead to one of the global health issues, which are cardiovascular disease fatigue. Third, let's discuss a constant state of sluggishness and tiredness you might experience when you are dealing with depression. Several studies have shown that their subjects are always in a state of feeling tired when they are depressed. Since depression impacts sleeping activity, it contributes to fatigue as if you don't have the energy and the motivation needed to do anything. This could lead to you losing interest in physical activities of walking, going to the gym, or even playing your favorite sport. Fatigue can also keep you away from giving your best in academics, and you might see your grades dropping. Digestive problems. Fourth, we will discuss how depression can adversely affect your digestive system. Being depressed for a long period of time can lead to indigestion, nausea, and constipation, ultimately affecting your weight. People consuming unhealthy food with a lot of sugar and calories is also a contributor to this. It is suggested that you should continue your healthy eating habits to avoid the trouble of always having an upset stomach. Experiencing pain. At last, we will talk about depression and how it leads to feeling pain in your body. Many people have complained of experiencing back pain and having their muscles tightened. Research is still underway to get a complete picture of how depression can lead to people experiencing pain. But one theory suggests that people with depression handle pain worse than a normal person, since their threshold or limit of experiencing pain decreases considerably. Practitioners have also suggested that unexplained physical pain is a sign of underlying depression which should be treated immediately. Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos about wellness and health.